I'm Anil Kumar, and here is solution to question number 5, page 393 for my student Maria. Maria, I've taken all the parts of this question number 5 so that you understand the concept. But I think the real difficulty is that probably you were doing it right, but your answers did not match. So I'll just go through this question, but I'm just telling you that this particular question could have more than one solution, and that is the reason why your answers did not match. In any case, we'll explore it in this particular video. The question here is, write an expression that is equivalent to each of the following expression using the related acute angle. So we have to write equivalent expressions for all these trigonometric ratios, and we have to use acute angle in all these expressions. That is what it means, right? Let me show you how to do it. So what I will do is I'll just first draw these coordinate planes. So that will help you to understand the concept, and then it'll be easy for me to explain you how to find different trigonometric ratios which are equivalent to the one which is given to us. Now sine 7 pi by 8. As you know, 7 pi by 8 means this is your pi, 0 to pi, correct? Divided into equal parts, correct? So 7 will be 1 less than 8. So this position represents 7 pi by 8, correct? So this angle always is our principal angle, which is measured from positive x-axis, kind of like this. So that is theta, which is 7 pi by 8. So when we say sine 7 pi by 8, we are looking for terminal arm to be in quadrant 2. In quadrant 2, sine is positive. So second thing which you have to look for when answering such questions is the rule. That is, all are positive in quadrant 1, sine in quadrant 2, tan in quadrant 3, and cosine in quadrant 4. As you remember, cos rule, right? C is for cos. Now, so anyway, you now know that sine 7 pi by 8, since it is principal angle where the terminal arm is in quadrant 2, this value is going to be positive, right? So it's going to be positive. So you're looking for a positive answer. Now second part of this question is, we have to relate it with acute angle. The related acute angle. Now what is the related acute angle here? Related acute angle is 1 pi by 8. Is it okay? It's 1 pi by 8. This is your related acute angle. Perfect. Now if you consider a triangle in quadrant 1 with acute angle of pi by 8, then what is going to be a trigonometric ratio equivalent to sine 7 pi by 8? That is the real question. Since sine is positive in quadrant 1, we will write this as sine pi by 8, correct? So I've just wrote plus, showing that you were in quadrant 2, and therefore you should get plus sign because all are positive in quadrant 1, correct? So that is one solution to this. But in any case, we could have more than one solution to such questions. Now I'll explain you that part in the second example. Now we are talking about tan 5 pi by 4. Now tan 5 pi by 4 really means that this pi is divided into 4 portions. The fifth one will be right there in this quadrant, correct? Now again, we'll apply the same cast rule, correct? Let's repeat that procedure so that you understand how to do this. And you also understand that in quadrant 3, tan is positive, correct? So tan 5 pi by 4 is going to be positive. So we are looking for a positive solution. Now in this particular case, what is the related acute angle? Can you tell me that now? Now the related acute angle is pi by 4. You're right. So pi by 4. 4 pi by 4, 5 pi by 4. You got the point, correct? So one more pi by 4. So you can say here related acute angle is pi by 4. Now all are positive here, so we could write directly the answer, which in this case is going to be what? tan pi by 4. Is that okay? So that is one solution, correct? Positive, positive. So we got that tan. So tan 5 pi by 4 is equivalent to tan pi by 4, correct? Now sine 13 pi by 8. 13 pi by 8 means what? We have 8 portions here and 8 there. That means this I should say as 4 pi by 8. Is that okay? This will be 8 pi by 8, correct? 12 pi by 8. 8 divided by 8 is pi. Now, and this is going to be 16 pi by 8. So when we say sine 13 pi by 8, that means we are in which quadrant? We are in quadrant 4, right? What is the acute angle? Now in this particular case, the acute angle should be how much? Acute angle is always the angle with the horizontal. Now this is 12 pi by 8 and that is 13 pi by 8. To go to 13, to go to 16 we have 3 pi by 8 left. So the acute angle is 3 pi by 8. Now if I draw my terminal arm in a quadrant 1 with acute angle of 3 pi by 8, that is an equivalent ratio. But you know, sine 13 pi by 8 is negative in quadrant 4. Sine is positive only in quadrant 1 and 2. So what are we expecting here? We are expecting a negative answer. Do you get it? But if I write in terms of the acute angle, which in this case is 3 pi by 8, then what do I get? I get sine 3 pi by 8, but sine 3 pi by 8 will be positive. To make it negative, I have to write a negative sign here. So that becomes the equivalent trigonometric ratio for this particular question. Now I'll give you alternate way of solving this question also. That is to say, without writing the negative sign, how do I get another equivalent ratio for sine 13 pi by 8? Now we could consider terminal arm in quadrant 3. You know, sine is negative. Let me write down the cast rule for you once again. Sine is negative in both quadrant 3 and 4. So if I consider the acute angle 3 pi by 8 in quadrant 3, then also I get a negative result. So I could write this as which angle? So we have to add 3 pi to 8 pi. So 11 pi by 8, right? So I could write this as sine 11 pi by 8. You get an idea. So that is also an acute angle related equivalent ratio for sine 13 pi by 8. Sine is negative in both these quadrants. So I don't have to put a negative sign. Sine 11 pi by 8 will be equivalent to sine 13 pi by 8. You got the idea, right? So for example, I've given you two different answers here. Both are correct. I hope you understand the concept. Now let us quickly do the others, and you also can pause the video now, answer these questions and then look into my solution. I'll appreciate that for each write 2 examples, okay, so that one of them at least matches with mine or with the answer in the book, right? Cos of 13 pi by 12. When we say 13 pi by 12, it means 1 pi by 12. Is that okay? So that is 13 pi by 12. I'm sorry. 13 pi by 12 will be here. 1 more than 12 pi. So that is what happens when you do it in a rush. So this is not 13. This is 25. Okay, but anyway, let me write this as pi by 12. That's the correction. Okay, so 13 pi by 12 is 1 more than pi, correct? So the acute angle here is pi by 12. As you know, cos is negative here, correct? Cos is positive in quadrant 1 and 4. Since cos is negative here, we could consider another acute angle in quadrant 2, where again the cos is negative, right? So if I am considering acute angle of pi by 12, I'm really talking about 11 pi by 12. Is that okay? So I could write this as cos of 11 pi by 12. So that becomes equivalent ratio for cos 13 pi by 8. But I could have written this also as minus cos pi by 12. This is also in terms of the related acute angle pi by 12, right? All are positive here, but I wrote minus to make it equivalent to cos 13 pi by 12. I hope now the concept is absolutely clear. Let's continue. Cos 11 pi by 6. So we have 6 here, 6 there, 12 in all. So 11 means you are right there in quadrant 4. So that is 11 pi by 6. Acute angle for us in this case will be the 12th pi by 6 or pi by 6. Cos is positive here, correct? So since cos is positive, we can write this as equal to cos of pi by 6. You got an idea, right? Now the last one is tan 5 pi by 3. So 3 there and 3 here, 6 in all. So there it goes. That is 5 pi by 3. Tan is negative, so I could write this as negative tan pi by 3. Or alternately, I could also do like this. Do you understand? Like this. So what is the acute angle here? 5 pi by 3. In all, there are 6 pi by 3 here. So 5 means 1 pi by 3 left. Acute angle is pi by 3, correct? Now, so this is 2 pi by 3. Is that okay? That is to say, whenever we talk about the angle is the principal angle, correct? That is theta equals to 2 pi by 3. So I could also write this as equal to tan 2 pi by 3. That is also correct. Since tan is negative in these two quadrants, I don't have to write a negative sign. I think with this variety, you are pretty clear in your mind how to write equivalent expressions using related acute angle. I hope that helps. Thank you and all the best. Also, look into my link which I have attached. Like you, many students have this question, so look into the other questions which are related to this. That is going to help you. Thank you and all the best.